Just wanted to show everybody a quick, simple cake box. Gives you its ingredients on the back here. I change them just a little bit. I've been playing around with these cakes for a little while, just simply changing a few of the ingredients. And surprisingly enough, you know, it calls for 1.25 cups of water, 1/2 cup of oil, and 3 eggs. I'm going to use 2 eggs, a little less water, basically half. Use about 1/2 cup or so, maybe 3/4. And then just a splash of the vegetable oil. So there's your contents. Like I said, I'm using actually way less water. We'll go with 3/4 cup on, maybe a little less. We'll kind of mix and see here. Because what I do is I use applesauce. The cinnamon ones are real good too. This is not a cinnamon one today, but we'll survive. I just use the 2 of these. Additional, which makes your cake super fluffy and makes it continue to stay moist. I also use it in my brownies, the applesauce, and most time when a brownie, you know, they set up or you put it in the fridge, they're super hard the next day, or you gotta microwave it. I found using the applesauce that they stay nice and moist and you don't have that issue. So I'm just gonna do a little whippy here. And Jen has already gone about and buttered up our tray there. So at least that's buttered. I am gonna use a splash of the oil. I'm not gonna measure it because I literally just want about a splash. Just to help it stick off the sides, because that's its only purpose. And it looks like on this one we will probably use that full 3/4 cup. Actually, no, maybe not. Yeah. It's mixing up pretty nice. So yeah, that's about good. About 1/2 cup of water. Plus your applesauce. Give it a pretty good mix. Yo, getting pointy though. Directly pour that in your pan. It's funny, even I'm in the kitchen making a cake. I got this little Chihuahua dog and a cat just begging at me like they're gonna get some. And here's my Chihuahua. There's my cat. There's my cake, not yours. Yep, got it a little up the side there, but anyway, the directions obviously tell you about 30-35 minutes. Most time I use a little bigger pan, the 13 by 9. This one's a tad smaller, I think it's an 8 by 12 or something. But anyhow, do not follow those cook instructions. Set your timer for 15 minutes and check it. Timer. Start and check that. And I've only leave them in there generally about 20 minutes or so. Everybody's oven's going to be a little different, so use your knife and the little poke test. Works the best, right in the center.
Here we have our nice chocolate cake. Small sauce pot. 1/2 cup of milk. 1 cup of dark chocolate chips. I like the dark chocolate, but you can use milk. 1/3 cup of butter. I have a half a cup of regular granulated sugar. You can use more or less depending on what you like. And then in here, I have a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a teaspoon of almond extract. And this comes together in literally just a minute. Wait. Alright, so I put my half a cup of sugar, half a cup of milk, and third cup of butter into the saucepan on just a little bit above a medium heat there. We're going to let this just all start mix together. You're going to let it come to a boil, and then you're going to let it boil for 45 seconds. Then I'm going to remove this from the heat completely. And then you add in your teaspoon of the vanilla extract and the teaspoon of almond extract. And those chocolate chips. And you whisk till they melt, and you keep whisking until they get glossy.
Now, unfortunately, ours will take a few minutes longer because I actually store ours chips in the freezer. So, once again, it's probably where you should not have your boyfriend help you. Starting to look pretty good though.
And then this does set very, very quickly. So as soon as it's melted and it gets that beautiful gloss to it, you're going to want to immediately pour that over your cake. Or your brownies if you're so inclined.
Really good on brownies too. Actually, whatever you can make it, pour it on it like chocolate with.
And then you can either frost your cake while it's still warm out of the oven, or after your cake is cool. This frosting is so forgiving. If you do it on a warm cake, you can even just tilt your pan and this frosting will spread itself.
Pull our pan forward a little bit.
Go. And then, alright, I'm just going to rotate our pan around here.
Oh, look at that. Let's back up.
See, even he's impressed. I don't think he's watched me frost one before.
I haven't.
It's done. Let it set. And that is the best frosting that beats any store-bought frosting you can get.
It sure does. In fact, I'm licking the hell out of that pan in just a second. That's mine.